passion.
Self-discipline. How to improve your chances of success. Learning to control your behavior and change bad habits is important for both self-growth and accomplishing your goals in life. Motivating yourself to do what you need to do, when you need to do it, is only part of the picture. Exchanging good habits for bad ones is also part of developing self-discipline. Where people end up having issues is they often misunderstand what discipline is, thinking it is just a matter of willpower. This is one of the many reasons why a lot of diets fail, along with many New Year's resolutions. Being too impatient or not planning goals well are reasons why people have trouble developing discipline. An example of why willpower is not the whole issue is when you are doing something you really enjoy or feel passionate about, you can end up staying up all night without sleep. That is not because of willpower. That is because you are enjoying it enough to keep doing it. For example, you may find that getting up and jogging every morning before getting ready for work to be very difficult to do, and that you cannot do it consistently. The common response to this is to say, "Oh, you have no willpower." Yet, you may be the same person who will spend hours dancing on the weekend or riding your bike. Instead of pushing yourself to jog, why not find ways to add more dancing or bike riding into your weekdays? Find when the best time of day for you is to make changes in your life. If you are not a morning person, instead of trying to make yourself exercise before you even have your coffee and breakfast, think about your lunch hour or after work. You may find exercising just before bed to be the best time for you. Time is not the important factor, consistency is. Music can be a great help in developing discipline. Find music that works for you to keep you energized and focused. Make up a playlist that you use only for that activity so you can train your brain to know that when this playlist is on, it is time to focus on exercising or on writing or whatever the activity is you are trying to do on a regular basis. Using a headset or earphones will help with cutting out distractions or disturbing those around you. Discipline does not have to be as hard as you may think it is to develop. Start thinking outside the box and find ways to make it easier to build new habits that improve your life. How SMART goals can help you with discipline. If you want to develop discipline, it is important that your goals are something you can accomplish, or else you are setting yourself up for failure. You need to know what your target is in order to reach it. Most people set goals that are too vague or unrealistic. They often do not attach a time limit on their goals, or they expect too much in too short a time. That is why it is a good idea to set SMART goals. SMART is an acronym that usually is defined specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, or time-related. There are some variations, but mainly they do focus on certain things that help make goals achievable, so you can then use discipline to achieve them. Goals need to be specific. A goal like, "I want to lose some weight," or "I want to make some money," is not a good goal. It is too vague, and how can you be sure if you are successful? When you set a goal of, "I want to lose 25 pounds," or "I want to make at least $5,000 a month," that is something you know whether you have been successful or not. Goals also need to be measurable. This ties very closely in with being specific. Usually, this means putting your goal in numeric terms, but not always. Sometimes it can be a simple yes or no. For example, "I will have my term paper ready to turn in on Monday," can be a measurable goal because it is either done or not done. Goals need to be attainable or realistic. Another example of a specific and measurable goal that is not very realistic might be, "I will lose 30 pounds in a month." Can you lose 30 pounds? Yes. Will you lose it in only a month? Unless you are using dangerous methods or have had weight loss surgery, most likely not. Now, if you set a goal of losing 20 pounds in the next 3 months, that is far more attainable. Goals need to be relevant. Someone else may have the goal of going to college, but that might not be a goal you want to make. You want to focus on things that matter to you and your own personal growth, not what other people focus on. This goes along with the old adage, if all of your friends jumped off a bridge, would you? It is your goal, so make it something that matters to you. Goals need to be timely or time-related. You need to know when you want the goal to be met in order to hold yourself accountable. Once you have set SMART goals, you can then develop the discipline to achieve those goals on your path to improving your life. Tips to developing more discipline. Developing more discipline takes time and effort, but there are some ways you can make this process easier for yourself. Here are just a few tips you can use to improve your chances of becoming more disciplined and achieve your goals. Make a strong commitment to your goals. Sometimes you may want to do something, but you are not really ready yet. For example, many people try quitting smoking several times before they really quit. The times they tried and did not succeed, they may have just not been ready yet. If this happens to you, do not give up. Instead, look to see why you are not yet ready, and then, when you are committed, try again. Get rid of enablers and temptations. If you are trying to lose weight, buying a bunch of sweet and starchy foods is not going to help you with your goal. Willpower is far easier to have when you are not surrounded by temptations. Getting rid of enablers may be more tricky. Sometimes those enablers are your friends and family. In some cases, you can spend less time with them or even remove them from your life. In other cases, you can't. Try to limit contact with enablers as much as possible. In the case of your family, try to teach them why their behavior is not helping you with your goals. Start with a small project and work up to the rest. For example, if you are cleaning your house and are feeling overwhelmed, you can start with the bathroom. It is usually the smallest room in the house, and you can finish it quickly. This can give you the momentum needed to do the next room. Another variation of this is the time version. This is where you say, I will spend a certain amount of time on this project. Sometimes, if you say to yourself, I will just do this for 5 minutes, or even 15 minutes, you get into the flow of what you are doing and end up spending a longer period of time on it and actually getting more done. Plan non-working times. You cannot work all the time, or you will burn out very quickly. So be sure to schedule times where you will have fun activities, or even just a half hour of relaxing. This gives you something to look forward to, and gives you a chance to recharge your batteries. This is especially important if your work requires a lot of creativity, like writing, designing, and other such endeavors.